Hey, great Friday morning. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And morning, Steve. Yesterday, we had Manny and Carlos, and they said, "Hey, man, your sound could be better." And I'm going like, what do you mean my sound could be better? They said, yeah, man, we're having, it just doesn't sound as crisp, as clean as Manny or Carlos. Manny said about Carlos, and Carlos said about Manny. I'm going like, what the heck? What do you mean my voice doesn't sound crisp and clean? Haley! Haley. Where have you been, Haley? Good to see you. Long, long time no see. Good, Leah. Good morning. Good morning. So, we talked about it, and they said, "Hey, Pablo. Good morning, my man. Good to see you, pa." And so we talked about it, and I said, "Well, maybe afterwards." And I noticed that they had their mic showing when they did their when they came out on the live. So I said, does this sound better? And I picked it up and placed it close by. And they said, yes, it does sound a lot better. So that's the reason why you're seeing the mic. And I'm not trying to take away Manny's job. He is still Manny behind the mic. I'm going good, Haley. Hanging in there, staying safe, being healthy. Still talking about corruption, the different things that happened around the district, the different things that happened in the city of Brownsville. But Mackenzie was one of our first all-time supporters. Let me say, she would come on every single morning, and really, really enjoyed Mackenzie. Good to see you this morning. Good morning, Mr. Frank Davalos. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If we don't get to see you during these holidays, man. But again, thank you so much for everything that you do for our Laguna Vista and our Port Isabel community, man. Really greatly appreciate it. And it's what community is all about. I love my people at Port Isabel, and I joke sometimes about the people like at Harlingen, or sometimes I joke about the people in San Benito and Olmito and Port Isabel even. So I go like Lo del Rancho, but it's done in fun, man. I love our area. We have a beautiful community, beautiful folk out there. Always willing to help, always willing to lend a hand. We're there for each other, and that's what's important, man. So it's good to see you. Yeah, 6 a.m. in the morning. My goodness, that's when we started our early morning breakfast talks, man. And Mackenzie was always up to watch the show, and we've come quite a way since then, Mackenzie. But it's good to see you, Mackenzie, and I'm hoping that you also have an amazing Christmas. And I greatly, greatly appreciate you, Mackenzie. I appreciate you're always been supportive. you know, you're always giving shout outs, and thank you, Mackenzie. Haley Mackenzie. Good morning from H Town, Texas. Merry Christmas, Jessica and Nelda. Good morning. Buenos dias. Any updates on our new trash cans? No, I don't think so. And we have Dr. Rita Hernandez with us today. How you doing, Dr. Rita Hernandez? Good morning, Elda. Good morning, Sergio. Erasmo, ya llegó la vacuna al Valley Baptist. Yes, Valley Baptist did get its first rounds of doses. Actually, know several individuals that have already, gotten the vaccine. I know that some of our law enforcement folk, some of our hospital staff, yes, they have already gotten the vaccine. So yeah, it's a great news for the Valley. Likewise, sir. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Love you, Mackenzie. God bless you and your family. Stay safe, please. Dr. Rita Hernandez, how you doing? No, not yet. Vaccine. So yeah, it's a great news for the Valley. Likewise, sir. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Are still mad at me? God bless you and your family. Stay safe, please. Dr. Rita, your volume is up.
Good
There.
morning.
That's better. And yeah, you sound better. Yeah, that again, that's one of the things that I appreciate the guys. I appreciate Carlos. I appreciate Manny. We help each other out, and I love what Manny does. I love that he's always been very very helpful to us in regards to promotion. Manny's been always been very very helpful in regards to marketing, and I'm glad that he has a show, and more power to him. But Manny was the one, and let me say this about Manny. Manny was the one that came to the office and helped me connect the computer um, directly to the modem. Because sometimes a computer will be on Wi-Fi, or you can have it connected with an Ethernet cable and an Ethernet cable. So, I've heard about that. I just didn't have much knowledge on that. But Manny had that knowledge. So Manny came and I mean, literally connected it above because the modem is way over there in the corner. So we got this Ethernet cable that's I don't know like 50 feet long or something. I don't know 1,000 feet long or something, and put it arriba through the seat through that fake ceiling. And Manny did that for me. And again, Manny helped out with a mic and everything because we help each other out. It's we're friends. That's what friends do. How's your morning so far, Dr. Hernandez?
Actually, it's great. I kind of was playing around. I made that video yesterday, the one you called me about. I'm
Yeah.
like, I've had thousands of views, and now I kind of feel bad that I should have brushed my hair or something. I was just,
That would have helped.
yeah, I would have, but I'm getting a lot of calls actually.
I shared
Text
that video.
messages.
I shared that video. And, that's one of the other things, guys. I appreciate these video things are amazing, and technology lets us do these because they become informative. Let me tell you, Dr. Rita, this morning, I, I had my microphone right, and Manny was the one. Manny and Carlos, helped me in regards to what position to have it. But this morning, I kind of sort of forgot: do I speak through this side or do I speak through this side? So what I did, I did a quick, I mean, 3 minutes before the show, I went on YouTube, and sure enough, it's an instructional little video, and it said have it on this setting, and have it right in front of your face. That way, you'll get the best quality. And it's the way of the future. These little videos, they're informative. People see them. You have to have some substance to them, or else you're going to turn people off. So yeah, it was great that you did that little live video. Is that I love those glasses. I thought you were going to come back on with those glasses. So
I have them right here. I have them right here. My problem is I can't see in them. There you go.
Yeah, cool.
But let me tell you, you got to protect your eyes. Some of the questions that have been coming through, and I'm going to do this so I can see. Have been coming through is I had a few teachers call me, and I love teachers, and teachers change the world. I was a teacher, still am a teacher. I can't do individuals. See, Cameron County Workforce Solutions, Pat Hobbs' team, they're wonderful. They got the grant, and it's for businesses in Cameron County. So, good morning, Nelda. So, wherever you work, tell your boss to give us a call this morning, and we can do the team there. It's so that businesses can open up safely. We can safeguard workers, safeguard families, increase consumer confidence. And it's just another tool. We just did close to 200 providers last month from Alvio and A1 and Amor. Those providers all came in shifts, and we trained them all, and we got them out with each one took a UVC one with them to sanitize and disinfect. We did South Texas ISD, every custodian at South Texas ISD, over 400 people. We did Port Isabel ISD, the Marriott hotels, things like that, all the local car dealers. So between us and A&M T's through Texas A&M, we're getting some, and it's free of charge to local businesses.
That's awesome. Yeah, and let me tell you, that's one of the things that I really appreciate about Port Isabel. And again, I mean, South Texas ISD as well, but Port Isabel ISD, they're very, very proactive in regards to safety, and they want to make sure that they cover all bases out there. So I'm glad that Port Isabel is having that foresight in order to see that. So the vaccines are 2 doses, or it depends on the brand. As of right now, the only one I'm familiar with is the Pfizer one, and the Pfizer one, it is 2 doses. The first one, and then in 2 weeks you get the other shot.
Mhm.
I'm not sure in regards to the Moderna one. The Moderna just was approved yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So we're about to see. I do know that Vice President Pence went out there and had the shot, the vaccine. Him and his wife, the second lady, had the vaccine this morning, and the Surgeon General. So we're gonna see maybe in 2 weeks them getting another one. The only thing that I was a little confused on, guys, and Dr. Rita, the thing that I was confused on was I thought Vice President Pence had tested positive for coronavirus, and if I understood correctly, if you tested positive and then have come out negative, you weren't going to get the vaccine. Did you heard that?
Yeah, I've been reading a whole bunch of different stories on that. Um, you know, who knows what really goes on, but I had read something similar that if you've already tested positive for it, you weren't going to be in the first round.
Yeah.
But I've also heard you can't get it again, but people are getting it again. And then I read a separate article that stated if you got it once, but it was only mild, you could possibly get it again. But if you got it hard, then you couldn't. But I'm not that kind of doctor. But I do read as much as everyone else on the internet, and we're all trying to figure it out together. It is new, and you have some of the most, I have great confidence though, because we have some of the most brilliant minds in the world that's all they do. I'm worried sometimes, when I sit there at night thinking we have focused all our energy on COVID, as we should, but then now we're falling behind on the other research in cancer or TB or whatever. But I guess first things first, right? What's in front of us, which is COVID. And I'm confident the brilliant minds are gonna figure this out, and they already are working towards that end. So
again, a lot of uncertainty. I agree with Dr. Rita. I mean, we just don't know. I mean, it's all very novel as of yet. Still, I mean, in regards to the vaccine, in regards to recovery, that's one of the things that I think that we've talked about when the numbers were first coming out. Dr. Rita, was that a lot of people would try to focus on the recovery, and we're like, well, what does that mean necessarily? And then we started to have friends of ours, that had it, and we're still struggling with the after effects of coronavirus. And you go like, let me tell you, bro, that's no recovery. For me, recovery is you come back to where you were before. A lot of people, folks, have not been able to go back where they were before.
No, it's a long haul. It's a long haul. I have a niece that's a wonderful nurse, and she told me, you better be walking and getting those lungs ready, because when you do get it, it's a marathon. So get in shape. But
I tell people, one of the things that we tell people is, guys, don't live in fear. Just be very, very cautious. And I think that's one of the great things about this program that y'all have. Now, you mentioned that it's for small business. Any small business here in the area could qualify for it?
So the state of Texas, Governor Abbott, he received some funds to help pass out throughout his great state, the great state of Texas. Workforce Solutions Cameron's picked up some of those funds. And unfortunately, we're having a hard time dispersing them. And it's not because, I think it's just awareness. People need to know businesses are suffering right now. People are closing down. It is so hard for small business, unless you're an HB, a Walmart, or, a PPE company. But it is very, very difficult for them to survive. But there's these funds to help them safeguard their workers. What we started with Cameron County with Workforce Solutions, Cameron County, is this whole push called Standard of Clean. Raise the standard of clean. And that's what we need to do as a community, is raise our standard of clean. That was coined by one of our partners, RJ Mitty. And if you raise the standard of clean as a community, not only are we safeguarding ourselves from this pandemic, but the next one or the next one or the next one, right? So, but we have to do it systemically. It just can't be that restaurant or that dealership. It has to be all of us. And so there's different ways you can do that. Workforce Solutions, you don't have to use the training we have with the UVC one. You can use another one that Teeks is doing online for leaders, how to lead and work safely during COVID or during a pandemic. And it's just raising that standard of clean. So along with washing your hands, wearing your mask, which I carry around because I tend to forget everything. I got this as a gift. We're doing this one where everyone that gets trained, every business, everyone gets their own wand. So along with sanitizing and disinfecting that they currently do with their maintenance staff, everyone can sanitize and disinfect everything, including your food. Your food.
Groceries.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's one of the things. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people were concerned with when you go to the HEB to grocery shop, or you even if you do pickup, you're going to go out there. What was it? Oh, damn! PUB just sent me a damn bill. I hate PUB. What the hell? Anyway, but you go and you get your groceries from the supermarket, and how do you know that they haven't been manhandled by someone that has tested positive or is positive? You don't, unless you have one of those wands to check out and see what's going on.
You disinfect everything. You have to. Right now, it's what we have to do. Probably what we should be doing.
It is. I don't like that a certain show keeps bringing you up to get more views. Just going to put that out there. Yeah, I know. And you're referring to Roman. Yeah, I love Roman. I love Roman. Roman is just.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Roman is just funny, and it's okay. I mean, if that's the way that he wants to grab an audience by imitating Erasmo, it's kind of flattering. Again, if it wasn't for Erasmo, he wouldn't have a show. So it's okay. I accept the compliment. I'm sad for the protesting teachers in various cities in Mexico. They all do deserve an end of the year pay raise. It's been very, very hard for teachers everywhere, but it's been really hard for teachers in Mexico. Yes. Did you have contact with any teachers in Mexico, Dr. Rita?
No, but I can tell you, it doesn't matter where you're teaching. Right now is a difficult time. The ones I struggle and pray for every day is our healthcare professionals. Those guys have gone to work every day, and heaven forbid, I mean, it's just, it's a very difficult time to live and thrive, right? So we just all need to do our part. Wear your mask, wash your hands, clean, disinfect.
100%. But one of the things I think that differentiates, and a lot of people try to make to simulate. If our medical staff, our first responders out there, they've gone every day. Teachers could go in every day. If we do it, if they do it, they can do it as well. And I'll share with you. I'll share with you my opinion in regards to the difference, folks. The difference is medical workers first, and again, I love them. My sister's a nurse. Medical workers, they're trained in safety. They are prepared. It is what they do. O sea, you're talking about that's their specialty. So they're going to have, hopefully, God willing, all the PPE that they're going to need. I mean, that's their bubble. They know their stuff. Our staff on campuses, they do not. It's not their specialty. Their specialty is educating young minds. That's their specialty. So again, when you try to compare, it's comparing apples to oranges, guys. Medical personnel, hospital staff, they have to get all this training. They have to be prepared even before they get set foot on a hospital, on a urgent care stuff or anything else. Our staff are not. That's why when you're talking about extra training like that Dr. Rita is doing, guys, take advantage of it. Every single school district out there should take advantage of, at least our custodial staff, our food and nutrition staff. I mean, wouldn't you all feel more comfortable that your child, if they are going back on campus, are going to be receiving meals from someone that has checked, the food area or is checking the classrooms with a wand that has been trained? Does that make sense, Dr. Rita?
Oh, training it comes, well, ultimately, the responsibility of any leader is safeguarding its employees and staff. So before we can even talk about anything at any business or any location, whether it's a school or what, it's or a bank, right? Safeguarding staff is number one, and then you get on to business. But you're right. Difference between medical personnel and teachers. Just think of kindergarten teachers. I mean, they get hugged all day
all the
long.
time.
Right? They get hugged all day. Yeah. Not all nurses do, but both of them. I mean, I just pray for our medical staff because I'm very, very. It's hard. I hear they're exhausted, and
Very much so.
they're exhausted.
Well, I think everyone is at this point in time, but
Yeah.
but yeah, medical staff even more so. I mean, they've literally been on the front line. What are the side effects of the vaccine? We do not know. I don't think anyone knows. And again, one of the things that and it has been tested, but again, it's been a quick turnaround time. I mean, it came out really, really, really quick. So we're not too sure. Oscar's saying that he read an article stating that Pfizer could possibly cause sterilization in women and maybe men. Let me tell you, for the people that really, really need the vaccine, I don't think sterilization is going to be much of an issue. And I make mention of that because, our older people are the ones that succumb to the disease, So if you're in your 40s and 50s and you're going to get sterilized, I'm going like, well, that's like a double positive for some men, because a lot of men over the age of 50, 60 shouldn't be out there fertilizing anything.
So I'm not going to comment on any of that.
No,
I imagine, Oscar, there's a whole bunch of possibilities. I think the vaccine's been out a week or so, or probably longer. And I think I've only read one article of a woman who had an allergic reaction to it. But I had also read in that same article that you had to, once they give it to you, you have to sit there for a few minutes to see how it plays out.
Well, you know what we
as soon as it's available, I'll be in line.
I'll be in line
too. I'm a science. I believe in the science.
You know what those men are called, right, Dr. Rita?
I don't know, but if it's inappropriate, tell me so I can cover my ears.
No, it's they're called chavorrucos. The chavorrucos are the guys that are like 40, 50, 60 that are going to bars to pick up the 20-year-olds. Chavorrucos.
Okay.
That's the word. Chavorrucos. It's not a bad word. It really isn't. My brother-in-law is in charge of the COVID area in the general hospital in Matamoros. A lot of doctors there. Some are on their third time testing positive. Wow. Yeah, it's a big issue. It's a major issue in Matamoros. I mean, it's a big, big issue in Matamoros. Is that I think that they are being extra cautious there, and a lot more cautious. Yeah, a lot more cautious than we are here. And one of the things that I experience every single time I go to Matamoros or when I go to Monterrey is how strict they are in regards to how many individuals are going into a place, how they have to stand in line with social distancing, and you have to put your feet in some liquid, in some I don't know what it is, but your feet, and that's something that we don't do here. It's like they're taking those extra steps because
you mean like your shoes when you walk into a place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear they're doing that in like some of the resorts in Cancun too. When you walk in, you step into it.
Yes.
You got to do everything, but you know what? That needs to be the new standard of clean anyway. So that's this whole movement that we've tried to push in Cameron County. And the reason we go Cameron is we're so transient as a community. We move around a lot as a community. So it doesn't matter if it's only Brownsville. It needs to be Brownsville, Harlingen, Los Fresnos, Port Isabel, everybody. So
there's antigen tests. Let me see if I can find. Can an antigen test be administered? Provide same information results as tests where nose is swabbed. I'm not sure about the antigen test. I think that they've gotten down to where the results come back in 15 to 20 minutes. I know the antibody test comes back in 15, 20 minutes. I actually did the antibody test. And I did the antibody test actually live on one of these lives, one of the mornings at Dr. Ed Hernandez's clinic there on Boca Chica, Valley Med Urgent Care. And let me say, I came out negative. I have never had coronavirus, and Lord willing, I will never have coronavirus.
Wow, lucky you.
Have you gotten any testing, Dr. Rita?
I actually tested for the antibody this summer, I think.
And
Um,
negative?
yeah, and the reason I did it is because in December last year, my daughter and I came down with this god awful flu, and she started it first. It was bad. It was so bad. Um, yes, Gloria, absolutely. So it was so bad. We went to the doctor, but he said, "You have a flu, but we tested negative for every flu that we have here that they had a test for at the time." And it was just real bad. And it lasted a long time. The cough lasted, and it was the most terrible, painful cough I'd ever had. I mean, you couldn't even sleep laying down. And I think it lasted about 2 months with the exhaustion and couldn't get up the stairs. So I tested just to see what that was, but the doctor had said I'd waited too long to test. So I don't know. I mean, that's why I did it. My daughter and her friends were going to do some work, and so they had to get swabbed and tested before they could go in, and they all tested negative, thank God.
Well, let me say that, and the reason I did the antibody test was my nephews. I think it's okay to say Jerry and Gabriel tested positive, and my brother-in-law Genaro tested positive. And I did my best not to visit them. I actually made it into a joke of Gabi opened the door because she wouldn't open the door for me to go into her house. But the truth of the matter is that I myself stated that I was not going to go visit any of my family members, during the peak of the virus during the summer. And when they got it, I was kind of like curious to see if, because I didn't want to have that weight on me, curious to see if I had somehow given it to them or carried it to them. So that's the reason why I got the antibody test, and again, negative, negative. So I've uh, never had it in my system. So I'm very, very proud of that, and I'm going to do my best, to until I get the vaccine, to never, ever, ever come in contact with or to test positive. But that is why, guys, being proactive in regards to sanitizing and training and getting ready for
Yeah.
for any situation where you're going to have to come into contact with other individuals, it is very important. Dr. Hernandez, has BISD approached you upon this sanitizing course? Seems like it's always everyone except them when it comes to accepting cutting edge assistance to keep their staff safe.
So I used to work with BISD. I love BISD.
But
I'm sure they have a plan and they're doing
no, they
something.
don't. No,
I'm sure they are.
you're being nice.
Um,
They don't.
I have.
You're being nice. They have not approached you. I know they haven't. And the reason I know I haven't is because they are not proactive at all. They will not reach out to anyone because there's nothing more. There's no one more wiser than they are.
I would love to work with my friends at BISD. That's a great district. They have great principals. Oh my God, I love they're just the hardest working teachers. Um, yeah.
The answer is
I
no.
live on the island, and
The answer is no.
I was happy Port Isabel had called, and South Texas ISD. We had a great session with them, and if BISD calls, would love to help them.
So the answer is they haven't called.
Well, I had some teachers reach out overnight, and a couple custodians and direct messages to me wanting it, and I told them to talk to their boss. It has to be, yeah.
But the answer is no.
Well, I've had
Administration wise, I mean, you understand. I understand that. I would easily say 99% of all custodians would love to have this. I would easily say probably 99%, 95% of all teachers would like to have this. But the problem is upper administration has not reached out.
So I have a sister-in-law who's I think a first grade teacher, and everybody's hugging. If you're in K3, you're gonna get hugged and kissed all day long. That it's. And my sister-in-law has breast cancer. She's a breast cancer. She's in treatment, actually. And I'm always worried about her out there, right? So I sent her the hand sanitizers, the hand wipes, and I sent her one of these. I said, you sanitize your desk every day, your doorknob, when you go eat, where you eat, the food you eat, every day. You disinfect and sanitize. And frankly, even if COVID wasn't here, she should be doing that anyway because she is in treatment. So I yeah.
Yeah.
I think for teacher appreciation, if my kids were at school, I'd be sending every one of their teachers one.
Hey, I might need one for my business. Is an antigen test a substitute for swabbing on the nose in checking for presence of COVID-19? No, there is no substitute for a PCR test. It is still the best test out there, but an antigen test could point you in that direction. You know, so this is the way I think that it works. And maybe Dr. Rita has read something on it. If you test positive on an antigen test, they're going to send you in for a swab. If you test negative, then you should be okay. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but I'm not that kind of doctor.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I understood of it. If you test negative, you should be okay with the antigen test. But if you test positive, then they'll send you for the PCR test, which is the swab up your nose. Weird science. Well, it's kind of funky, but I'm interested. I'm interested in the wand thing. I've done my best to maintain myself as away from the coronavirus as possible. As much as people may say Erasmo is everywhere and Erasmo's here, Erasmo's there, Erasmo is not. Erasmo is very, very isolated. I am in this huge office all by myself. But even then, I'd love to have the training. I'd love to have a wand, Dr. Rita.
you have to. Your business has to apply. Set up. I'll email you an application, and you work with Pat Hobbs' team, and we'll get it done.
I love Pat Hobbs. Pat Hobbs is a friend of mine.
Oh, he's a wonderful man.
I
His
love.
team is. I'm working on this other project.
I love. I love Pat Hobbs.
That's even better. See, the wand is personal use, but now we're working on a project where you put. It's like a wand. I guess it's scientifically like a wand in that it disinfects and sanitizes, and it uses UV light. That it goes into your AC units, your vents. I don't know what those big. I'm not air conditioning, but it attaches to it, and it sanitizes, disinfects the air as it flows through it. That's where we need to be. Also, that'll take care of buildings, and I'm working on a grant for that right now, and I'm hoping by next week, which will mean I'll be able to place it in businesses, like in restaurants or whatever, through the grant, so that we can clean and disinfect the air. And then the wand, you just use in personal use when you go here, when you go there, when you get into your car, when you take your car to get fixed, and you just want to.
Well, I'll take the wand. I'll apply, and I'll give my buddy Pat Hobbs a call. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. He's a great
If
guy.
we get that AC unit one, I'll let you know, because that's another grant, and that's another way to support local businesses.
Awesome.
Local businesses are hurting right now. It's hard for everybody. It's hard for everybody, and eventually it's gonna trickle down throughout.
Well, that's one of the reasons why for folks that make mention of it, last night we started talking about different restaurants out here in the city of Brownsville and in Port Isabel even, and in the area, Los Fresnos as well. That's one of the reasons why I still go eat, guys. Let me tell you, I don't have to go out to eat, but I go eat because I want to help promote. Like yesterday, I went to Wild Wild West Hamburgers down Southmost, and again, I'm not getting paid for it. I don't get free food, unfortunately, as much as I should, but I should be getting some damn free food out there, guys. Just a side note. But, I paid for my burger combo last night, $6, guys. Let me tell you, that burger is delicious, man. Delicious. I was still eating. I only ate half of it, a little half of it. And last night, as I was driving home from the studio, I had another big old chunk of it. But guys, we have to support local business, guys. I mean, they are, as Dr. Rita says, they are struggling. They need our help, guys. Please, please, please.
Yes. Those were you don't know which gift card to go hit up some of those places.
Please.
Um,
But I do want to fertilize porque estoy joven y no parezco tacuache. Está
um,
bien guapo el Oscar. Go fertilize after you finish your college degree, Papa.
yeah. Oh,
God,
there's Ray.
hey,
So
Ray.
Ray, you can use these on your chess pieces, Ray. You got to disinfect and sanitize, Mr. Martinez, those chess pieces. He's been a great advocate for chess. It's a good story.
Oh, I love Royal. Royal is amazing, a chess master, and I love Royal. He's a great guy. We did that when we went to Punta Cana to the monkey reserve. Yeah, you step on these little mats with
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, Clorox or some. I don't know what it is, but you step in it and then you get to go inside the shop. And again, something. And I've always wondered. I first saw it in Monterrey, and I always wondered why we didn't do that here. You know, but again, I'm not sure. Rumor has it that the vaccine changes people's DNA. God help us all. I don't know if there's any science to that, but with that said, we need to change a lot of people's DNA around here.
Well, I imagine that it's kind of like when the TB vaccine came out or the chickenpox vaccine came out, or any of the vaccine, polio for that matter. Difficult times makes our science just work harder, faster, smarter. And I just got to have faith that some of the most brilliant minds in the world are not sleeping, trying to figure this out. And of course, there's probably a bunch of businessmen behind it saying, figure it out because it's going to sell.
BIC sweeping cases under the rug, sending teachers and students with or without symptoms is not them taking action. They are not. On the contrary, administrators should be investigated for negligence. Change my mind. I will not change your mind. Actually, they should be prosecuted for negligence, but it's not going to happen. I agree with you, Yana. What is the wand, Dr. Rita?
Actually, it's a UVC wand. It disinfects and sanitizes. You can buy them, but if you're going to buy one, make sure it's a UVC, not a UV, right? And it sterilizes and disinfects, and it's portable.
But apply with Dr. Rita or with what's it called? Texas Employment Commission with Pat
Texas
Hogg.
TWC, Workforce Solutions, Cameron.
Yeah, and see if if you could get it for free. Why buy when you could get it for free?
So tell your boss to give us a call, and we'll help them through the application process, so that that the state of Texas can fund, so everyone in your wherever you work gets one.
Amen.
There is a training with it. I got to make sure that you'll get the gloves, you'll get the gloves, the goggles, and the wand, and you'll get the training on how to protect yourself and better safeguard yourself.
Just seen an article that people should still wear a mask after vaccine. Yes.
Yeah.
That they are still contagious, according to Hopkins. Yes. 100%.
I think masks are going to be around for a while. I think they are. And I'm finally getting comfortable with mine. Your thoughts about the political drama regarding Dr. Biden or Miss Biden, women titles. So yeah, I think she earned it. Not because I have one, but just because she earned it. And and she didn't earn it. Her family earned it, because anytime anyone in the family gets a title, the whole family suffers. Trust me, when I was working on mine, my whole family suffered. My husband shares mine because he put up with me for those years, and he supported me as my mother did, and my children allowed me to be gone weekends. She worked hard for it.
She works hard for the money.
Yeah. I mean, our presidents, the last few, have had brilliant wives, really. Michelle Obama was a brilliant woman. Hillary was a brilliant woman.
Oh,
they all had their skills and talents.
Melania Trump was a very intelligent woman as well.
She was gorgeous too. I mean,
beautiful. And and that's one of the things that really irked my chain, when a lot of people were being trying to be disrespectful. Oh, well, she used to model and make guys. the
She took
woman,
work.
the woman speaks 7 languages, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness gracious, I have trouble with English.
Yeah. Laura Bush was a wonderful librarian, literary
Laura Bush,
leader.
in,
There's
uh,
Barbara Bush was just amazing
yeah.
woman. I mean,
The only thing I
she's
had
earned her
against
title, Nelda. Let's give it to her.
the only
But
thing I, the only thing I
there
had
is a
against
school of thought, though. There is a school of thought that PhDs and EDDs, you just put the initials at the end and you don't say doctor, whatever. There is a school of thought like that. And I respect it. I mean, it's all right. But give her the letters either before or after, but give her her letters. She's earned them.
the only thing I had against Michelle Obama was the what she did to school menus. But that besides that, I thought she was a very articulate, very intelligent woman.
You're talking about her making it more healthy?
Yeah, I didn't like that. She took away strawberry milk from my students, and guess who brought it back to BISD? This,
Okay.
this guy brought it back to BISD. So Michelle Obama, your move.
Strawberry milk. No, you know what I miss? Square pizza.
Oh, they got that at the schools.
No, but the bad kind.
Yeah, the Michelle Obama kind. We're still trying to get rid of it. But let me tell you, Dr. Rita, what Michelle Obama took away, Erasmo Castro gave back to BISD. No, if you test positive with a rapid antigen test, you are positive. PCR is not necessary, even though some places do both, regardless or of results or antigen tests. If you test negative with antigen, oh, great. If you test negative with an antigen test, you should follow up with a PCR. The rapid test has a low percentage of false negatives. The PCR is more sensitive. And again, the best test is the PCR, if I'm not mistaken, Lolita. Planning to eat at the Indian restaurant, Universal Market. When? Take me.
When? Where? Where's that?
It's in McAllen. We got to go, Dr. Rita. Not that far away. Thank you very much, Erasmo, for promoting the businesses of our city. Yeah, I love my local businesses, 100%.
Yeah.
And I will continue to go out there and promote as much as I can, as much as is safe. No TB vaccine in the United States. Okay.
I wish there was no TB. Hey, Paul, good to see you.
Good morning, Paul, my man. They sell the wands on QVC. Wow.
Yeah.
How
I
much?
sell them everywhere. In fact, I saw a store with them yesterday.
How much are
But
they?
the idea is not, if you're working at a location, the idea is that everyone, and you don't have to buy them, Fifi, Mr. Bermuda. If you work at a business in Cameron County, have the business call us. We'll train and give one to everybody in that business. It's not about, if there's 10 people working in a building, in an office, it's not about one. It's about all 10 making sure they're safe. Because
I think Phoebe is retired. I might be mistaken, Phoebe. So I think she's asking in regards to how can individuals.
I saw some. Well, I don't want to say the name of the store.
You say the name of the store, right?
No. Well, I saw one at the mall at Dillard's, but
Dillard's.
I did, and they even had these jars where you put the water, and it had a special lid that disinfects and sanitizes the water. That's what I'm telling you.
Dillard's. Good job.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can you work with BISD to get wands for all staff, Dr. Rita?
Hey, look who's here. Mr. Gonzalez, I could call. Sure.
Awesome.
Absolutely, JJ.
Good. Dr. Hernandez, since you wear glasses, how do you handle the fog?
Oh, me? I have to do this.
Yes, all the time. To my understanding, Rona vaccine alters DNA with the RNA, whatever it's called. Why get a vaccine that alters our DNA and doesn't get rid of masks? I don't know. I think if there's a small percent, even if it's a small percentage, that you're going to avoid, those life-altering effects of dealing with coronavirus, I would take it. And again, I'm with Dr. Hernandez. I will take the vaccine as soon as it's allowed to take again. But I'm not going to rush it at the front of the line. I'm not going to ask for me to get it while other people who probably are more susceptible, to succumbing to coronavirus are going to get it. Carlos, how you doing this morning?
Doing well, doing well. Glad to be alive.
Corona free?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Corona free.
It's all that matters. Imagine
That's right.
spending a decade in school plus a decade more working in the pharmaceutical industries just so people can believe some random article on Facebook instead of trusting the work you did. Oh yeah, again,
Exactly,
let me tell
Ozzy,
you.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to the scientists. I'm going to listen to the medical experts. That was again, and Ozzy, this goes back to what I've been saying for a while. We've been saying for a while. We wanted the district, we wanted the county, we wanted the city to bring in the experts, to bring in the doctors, to bring in the frontline staff, and to get feedback from them in regards to what would be the best case scenario in order to not only fighting coronavirus but also protecting the citizens from contracting coronavirus. So again, I personally, I will always listen to the science and to the medical professionals before anything else. Carlos?
I agree with you. I mean, they're the experts. I mean, you're not going to take your vehicle to, someone who does, sheetrock. You're going to take it to a mechanic and you're going to believe what he's telling you, right? So, and what is in the best interest of why you have your vehicle there? In this case, you're looking at medical professionals, not just one, many throughout the nation and the world now that are saying, it is in the best interest of the individual to get this vaccine. Now it's your choice whether you want to take it or not. But you know what? You're throwing the dice out there. So by all means, at this point in time, taking the advice of a medical professional is probably of utmost importance, especially to the people who are susceptible to this virus.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. My husband, who um, he has this thought just like you, Mr. Elizondo. He always says, if you need legal advice, I'll give it to you. If you need plumbing advice, find a plumber.
Correct.
Everyone stay in your lane and trust that we have each other's back, and you just have to. You just have to.
No.
And this is a world problem. If it was just a U.S. problem, maybe I'd be a little weird. But it's a world problem,
Yeah. So
and the world's come together to try to figure it out. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Mr. Yosondo.
I agree with that.
Stay in your lane and do the best you can.
I agree with Dr. Rita. It is the China virus. Never forget. Never forget Benghazi. Clintons were a disgrace to our men and women in our military. Changed my mind. Benghazi was horrible, horrible, and trying to cover it up, extra horrible. What about Dr. Kissinger, Dr. King? Oh, Martin Luther King was amazing. Dr. Kissinger, let me tell you, I love the Kissinger. I love the Kissinger story. Amazing, amazing, very, very intelligent man. Very, very intelligent man. Got to respect the intelligence. It is a misogynistic prejudice. I don't know. I don't mind calling Dr. Rita Dr. Rita. But I think a lot of it has to do with the friendships that you acquire within the time. Like sometimes when I'm speaking to Dr. Rita, I call her Rita. It's not done out of disrespect. It's a more of you have this close association with individuals, and I do my best when people are on here to call them Dr. Eder, Dr. Rita, Dr. Cerdan, but Mario's a friend of mine, and we have it's kind of funny, but Dr. Cerdan and myself have had discussions about things, privately, but I can easily call him Mario. Dr. Mari is just a little bit different. I just got to know Dr. Mari. I love Dr. Mari from Harlingen, but I still have to call him Dr. Mari because we haven't crossed that little threshold of where it's a friendship type of thing. Does that make sense?
Dr. Mai's a beautiful man.
He's a genius.
He is.
Beautiful soul.
An amazing man. Dr. Mari, I love her to death. I fell in love with his writing, with his passion, and with his knowledge. We had him on the show one day, and hopefully, after everything starts to mellow out and after the Biden administration takes over, maybe we'd have him on. And I'm praying that soon we'll be able to have Dr. Lucky Rodriguez on, as,
Lucky's a good guy too.
which it would be amazing, because he is a Brownsville folk, the Brownsville alum. He was at St. Joe, ¿verdad, Carlos?
Alumni, yes.
Alumni. And guys, he will be on Joe Biden's presidential task force for coronavirus. Man, that is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
You know,
we have a mutual friend, Carlos, that might
call
be
me,
able to make
Dina.
it happen. Huh?
Dina wants them for KFC, which, by the way, I ate there the other night on the island. It was really good.
I love
I love that place.
I know, right? It was hilarious. Well, anyhow, Dina, give me a call. We'll do the application for all of them.
Awesome.
And we'll figure out a way.
I have a
Call
cousin.
centers. That's a great idea. Yeah.
I have a friend. I have a cousin that works at KFC. You should go talk to him as well. I would check Amazon and eBay first, like Doctor said. Make sure that they are UVC ones.
Yeah, that's what we do. The call centers, yes, they do have the manager call me. We'll get them hooked up. I think that Lolita is talking about that they're just picking on her title because she's a woman. It could be that she's a Democratic woman, and during this period of time, one side always pits against the other side, and it could be a combination of that. But interesting points, all of them, Lolita.
Is UVC safe around food and pets? I'm going to guess yes, Dr. Rita.
Yeah. Yes, just don't do your pet's eyes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You should put it over your food.
I could do that. Despite the unknown, survivors may be advised to get vaccinated anyways because of the severe health risks associated with COVID-19 and the fact that reinfection with COVID-19 is possible per CDC. Great. So I meant the resistance to give Dr. Jill Biden her title. It is because she's a woman. I've always known her as Dr. Jill Biden.
Yeah.
I think again, I think for Dr. Jill Biden, it's just sometimes it's just very, very long. If you have a close friendship or relationship with individuals, you don't want to say the whole name. It just sounds kind of wonky. I think her close associates would call her Dr. Jill, Dr. Jill. And I don't think anyone is going to go out there and say Dr. Biden. Maybe, maybe if she's being introduced something. I don't know. I don't have an issue.
I would call her Dr. Biden.
I would call her Dr. Biden as well. But, after, she gets to meet me and she falls in love with me as a person, then I'm going to call her Dr. Jill. Hey, Dr. Jill.
I thought the comedy show was at night.
That's well, it's not comedy. It's true. It's like I call Dr. Rita, Dr. Hernandez. I call him Dr. Eder, Dr. Eder.
When I was a principal, I didn't want to make the kids call me Dr. Hernandez. They called me Dr. Rita. So that's where my Dr. Rita came from. Nobody really knows me as Dr. Hernandez. They all know me as just Dr. Rita.
Associated with friendship, with closeness, it just makes it more personal, don't you think?
I liked it, and I did not feel disrespected in any way when the kindergartners or the students or the teachers would say Dr. Rita. So they still do it.
Yeah, they do. Okay with it. I know. Actually, I've gotten messages. When are you going to have Dr. Rita on? And I said, that's Dr. Hernandez to you, boy. Post links to official sites on your page to encourage vaccine. There's so much disinformation out there, especially on social media, porque people see DNA on the headline and assume it's a bad thing. I'll do my best, guys. Again, let me tell you, there are so many pages with information out there. And I know I got asked, I think, Ozzy, you asked me yesterday in regards to constantly posting on my page. Guys, I post what is sent in. My posts are very, very limited on my page. And, some days, I'll be very extra busy, so I won't post as much because I'll be watching Netflix or something important like that. But most of the time, when any information is sent in, I'll post out there. It's just not as easy as a lot of people think. It's not easy keeping up with everything. That's why I need you all to send me information. So she would be First Lady Dr. Biden. First Lady.
I think First Lady is a sign of respect, and Dr. Biden is a sign of respect. I don't think she'd be offended if you called her First Lady Biden or First Lady Dr. Biden. Technically, all those lawyers that were first ladies had doctorates also. So what, you have a law degree, that's a doctorate degree. So technically they are doctors.
Well, since she's going to become my friend, I'm going to call her Dr. Joe.
Yeah, I'd call her Dr. Biden. until she tells me otherwise, and in which case I'd probably still stick to Dr. Biden.
Well, me and Jill, we got this great relationship. I mean, sorry, Dr. Jill have a great relationship going, and it's already started on the right foot. So we'll see.
I don't even know why.
I think many people thought she was a medical doctor, but she is not. There is a difference.
Yeah, there is.
Well,
About 4 years.
Yeah,
It's about a 4-year difference.
I think that's one of the things, Georgina, that a lot of individuals, if someone's gone out there and gotten a doctorate degree, go ahead and call them doctor. But I think what happens, let me tell you, you start to lose respect for people, when they try to shove it in your face or when they do something very, very inappropriate. And I'm going to touch on this. It's like, Sylvia's a Sylvia Atkinson. I'm not going to call her Dr. Sylvia Atkinson. I'm not going to call her Dr. Atkinson. I'm not going to call her Dr. Sylvia. I'm going to call her Sylvia because as much as she may have earned the doctorate degree, I don't care. So I think it's just a matter of respect for the individual. And in those cases, I have absolutely no respect for that woman. It's like Prissy as well. I'm not going to call Dr. Prissy Rocatet. Screw them. They steal from our community. So I'm not going to call them anything but their first name, if that. That's just me on my rant, my morning anti-Sylvia rant. And let me say, guys, someone was asking in regards to is Sylvia's case going to be pushed over to April? It might. I hadn't seen that. I actually looked for it this morning on Channel 5 to see if the court date had been pushed forward. Again, you're not going to read about it in the Herald. It's not going to come out on Channel 4 News. It's not going to come out on Channel 23 because they're pieces of crap. So, maybe it did come out on Channel 5 News. I don't watch the news much as they're not local news. But if there was a news station that was going to watch it, it'd be Channel 5. So I don't know if the court date has been moved to April. Maybe. I don't doubt it. But whatever the case is, I'm ready for her to wear orange or any color that the detention center opts to wear. Let's see a couple more questions, then we'll end this because it's already going to come up in 1 hour. If you have the resilience to get a PhD in any field, you should have the right to whatever name you want. On a personal basis is a different story. 100%. I agree. Yes, can we agree on that one?
Mm-hmm.
Oz, I like Ozzy. I think we want to have Ozzy on the show one of these days. Good morning, Miriam Hermosa. It is an RNA vaccine.
So, Erasmo, I'm going to go ahead and send you the flyer so that these folks that are texting in that they want where to call and how to get their business signed up. So we'll post it one more time and see if we can spend. It's a shame, there's a lot of money to help support Cameron County businesses during this tough time. We just need to access it. And Mr. Hobbs team went the extra mile to go get it. We just need everyone out there to call in and say, let's do it.
Send me the link.
So I'm going to go ahead and send you that. And then maybe we can help support local businesses and their workers and their families and increase consumer confidence at the same time.
Awesome. Yes, we surely will. Yes, it did come out on Channel 5. I saw it until April with a new lawyer. Yeah, that's the new guy that she got from Houston. A very good lawyer, apparently. But hey, man, probably the best lawyer that we can buy.
Who are you talking about? Never mind. Yeah, Dr. A.
Dr. Sylvia.
Dr. A. They always confuse us because one was Dr. A, one was Dr. H. I'm H. Yeah.
Sylvia.
Yeah.
You're the good one.
You're on the good side still.
Well, she was very smart. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything bad.
Oh, she's a genius. I mean, No, she is. She is a genius. Let me tell you.
Hard worker.
I've said this before, guys. I have not met a more astute uh, female than Sylvia. Astute.
She wasn't smart enough to stop stealing.
Yeah, that she wasn't, but she was astute. She had this way, folks. And again, let me tell you, I saw it firsthand. She had this way of putting things in people's minds, small minds, by you, but still, like she would put something in Minerva's mind, in Prisi's mind, and Drew's mind, and then she'd act like, well, if that's what you want to do, sure, okay, it's your idea. Astute, and that's power, guys. That's very, very powerful. And let me tell you, it's something that needs not happen. We need independent thinkers. Fortunately for us, we don't anywhere here in the area. Nice, Mike Erasmo. Thank you, Lolita. A friend helped me out with it. Doctor. Good ones, bad ones, regular people with a little extra dedication to book learning. Sylvia.
Hi, Dino.
I love
Go
Dino.
Vikings. So I'm going to sign off.
Well, we're gonna sign up too.
Until then, everybody wear your mask, wash your hands, as Dr. Madi always says, aggressively. Have your hand sanitizer everywhere, and call us so we can help your business. And hope to see you soon, Carlos, here at the school. Come by so we can have Subway.
You got it.
Oops, I shouldn't say company. So we can just have food.
How come I don't get those invites?
Porque tú no estás joven y bello.
Because when Mr. Elizondo drops by to visit, he brings it.
I can bring it too.
That's the late show, Erasmo. Drop you like a fly.
Dr. Rita, I love Dr. Rita. Thank you, Dr. Rita Hernandez. It's kind of funny, but and I appreciate that. I appreciate that Dr. Rita Hernandez doesn't want to go into that realm, but I call it like it is. With that question, BISD has not contacted them, will not contact them because they are not proactive, and just answer. If people would just answer the questions, we'd be a better Brownsville.
And Erasmo, you're talking about her program, correct? With the training.
Yeah.
She's got a great program. They just don't want to admit that she's got a great program.
No.
And it's not part of BISD, but it is to help BISD.
Well, the issue, Carlos, and again, guys, and this is my take on it. The issue is that if it's not their idea, it's not a good idea. It has to come from them.
Right.
So if they didn't think of the training, if their people didn't go to Pat Hobbs to see about, implementing it as vocational, whichever way, then it's not a good idea. It has to come from them. And look, guys, that a lot of that comes. And again, and I'll make mention because I mentioned this at the start. Look, guys, there's no one more handsome here in the city of Brownsville than Erasmo Castro. No one. And the king of all local social media guys. We all know it's true. I mean, there's no better program with a greater amount of audience. But last night, Carlos and Manny said, "Hey, Erasmo, your mic's not well. You got to do this. You got to lift it up. You got to put it closer to you." And I'm listening. We're like, I could have taken the BISD stance and could have gone, "Pues qué me va a enseñar Manny a mí?
Mm-hmm.
What is Carlos going to tell me? I've been doing this for years now. When we did the first show, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say, oh, well, show me what setting you have. Let me know, because, that's the way you learn. That's the way you acquire knowledge. You have to humble yourself to the point where you're not arrogant enough to say, I know it all. I don't need Carlos' help. I don't need Manny's help. No, guys, we all need each other. And the district should humble himself. And hey, if Dr. Rita has a program that could benefit our students and our staff, hey, let's listen. Let's hear her out. They have not given her an audience. They have not given her a meeting. They have not listened to what she has to offer. That is unfortunate because we as a community, we lose out. Carlos?
That's right. I agree with you 100%. And not only that, it makes you grow. I mean, once you stop learning, you stop growing, and you should be open to suggestions and advice from other people, regardless of who they are. You know, sometimes they do have the best ideas, they do have the best interests. Uh,
That's why I asked her if BISD approached her about this wand training. I never hear of them reaching out to the medical community. They don't, or seem to bat their eyes towards cutting edge resources.
but she did reach out to BISD. BISD just turned her back on this program.
Yes.
It's not they're going to come back and say, "Oh, we didn't know." You know, the same typical thing. We didn't know. The commission, the board is going to say, "We didn't know." Well, that's a fault in their behalf. Because this person does want to help, and it's not help the school district personally. It's to help the employees, staff, kids. That's how they're going to help.
Yeah, man. And all it
Look at
takes,
Zoom. How'd you do
I
that?
know. I just switched it to a different setting. And guys,
Nice.
it's again, guys, it's just a little bit of humbleness. Hey, man, let's hear her out. That's all you
Mhm.
have to do. Hear her out, and you take. There's a passage in scripture. Dice, escudriñadlo todo y retener lo bueno. And yeah, man, it's good for you to listen to everything, and take the good. Take that's what's going to be beneficial to you, and put it to put it to use. But again, guys, one of the other things that I want to stress out, folks, uh, guys, be original, folks. Be original, be you. As that you don't have to imitate anyone, man. And I say this because one of the things that we've been trying to promote, and I've been having conversations with Manny and with Royal actually, is because they do have shows. One of the things that I want to help promote everyone's show out here. I want everyone out there, to be able to have a variety of different programs, different opinions and stuff. But if you're going to go out there and do a show just to imitate Erasmo Castro, guys, it'll play out for a little bit. But after that, it's going to fizzle and fade, man. You have to do your own thing. There is only one Erasmo Castro. And again, I feel sorry for the individuals out there that are doing the stalker thing, the obsessed person thing, where if they're not talking about Erasmo Castro, they have no show. And again, more power to them, guys. I mean, it's very flattering, very very flattering that individuals can't be creative enough to have their own little thing, that they have to mention Erasmo and bring on his haters and detractors on there to spill their bull crap. But again, more power to you guys. As to maybe all those people that I have blocked actually want to see a show too. But it is what it is. And I think people know what I'm talking about. I think the nurses got some UVC ones. I'm going to buy a 360 UVC lamp for my class for 2021. Let me know where you're going to get that, because I honestly, I'm interested. I do everything I can to maintain myself as cautious as everything. I'd like to have one here for my office to make sure that I'm cleaning out everything, anyone that comes into my office. The other day, Carlos, someone did come into the office, and I was a little concerned. I said, like, this person doesn't look very, very healthy. And I'm going like, my goodness gracious. So I did start to spray, because I have the Lysol and I have that other thing. I did start to spray, but I would love to have one of those UVC ones. So David, let me know where you get it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where to get them, Carlos?
Yes, actually, we got 2 of them for our home. My wife, I'll have her send you a PM so you can get it. You just got to be very careful, because it does burn your eyes. So read the instructions before you use it and how to use it. It's very, very important. Not just go out there and use it, because it's ultraviolet, and it's like a sunburn. So be very careful the way you use it. But it is very, very, I guess, I mean, it works.
Did y'all find them locally?
No, she had to order it online.
Yeah, send me if they would send me the PM. I am interested. I want to use it here in my office. Use it at home también. Again, just to be a little more careful. I only found out about the other talk show through Erasmo. Yeah, man, because that's one of the things I try to promote other people's stuff. Pero God bless them, man. And I feel bad for the kid, because that little kid, he pushes people away, man. And God bless him. I hate even talking about him. All he does is talk about you on his show. Yesterday, 11, when I went from your show to his, Out of curiosity, I must have heard your name about 100,000 times. Yeah. Someone told me, someone sent me a message. You're the topic of the night tonight on that what used to be a show, now is a wonky Erasmo show. God bless them, man. I mean, the only way that they'll get views is talking about Erasmo. Dale gas, bro. But it is what it is. Esparza Pest Control has CIMR that cleans the air automatically. Oh, that's good to know. What is CIMR, Carlos?
No, I don't know.
I
I don't know
don't
what your name is.
I don't know the acronym. I don't know what it is. We're almost finished. Time. Erasmo and Carlos are sent from God to help the community. Gracias, Marco.
Thank you.
Juntos. Send it. Send it to my inbox because I have a hard time finding where exactly this was placed. We do stream on 8 different pages.
Right.
So there's another UVCcleanagency.com. Guidos, if you would send them to my inbox, please. Thank you, Baba. In Facebook, there's a bunch of companies. Just type UVC Labs. I don't go to. I do my best not to go to Facebook for shopping. Cleanagency.com. This one has the automatic shut off motion sensor, which
That's
I don't
right.
know. I don't know what that means, but okay. When you speak negative about someone who you think speaks only negative stuff, he's a hypocrite. Yeah, that's what someone was like. Was he saying how Erasmo was being negative, and all he was doing was being negative about Erasmo? Pobrecito. Continuous infection microbial reduction.
Thank you, Nelda.
Thank you, Nelda. I don't know what that means, but still don't know what that means. Yes, I don't want to have a chosen between chose. Type to choose two shows. I don't want to feel like I'm being persuaded to go one way or another. I added because I added more. Yeah, again, points of view. Yeah, I agree, guys. Again, look, I'm not going to diss the kid, and I'm not going to diss his little wonky show. And I don't care who goes out there and goes listens to his stuff. But again, it's okay. It's an opposite view of Erasmo as you know him, which is good. I meant legit companies run Facebook pages too. I don't know. I just don't like shopping on Facebook. I have this thing. Have you noticed, Carlos, on Facebook? And Facebook does this, and really, it kind of irks my chain.
Yep.
Let's say that you go out there and look for horse saddles, and all of a sudden, throughout Facebook, you start seeing a lot of ads for horse saddles, and I hate that they do that.
Yeah.
And I'm going like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it? And the other day, I bought this shirt, a beautiful shirt. I haven't been able to wear it porque me quedó un poquito apretadita, but I bought this shirt on one of those, and it wasn't Wish because Wish se tarda como 5 años para llegar. I bought a shirt, and it's a beautiful shirt. I'll wear it one of these days. And when I fit comfortably in it, and I ordered it, and all of a sudden I start getting different clothes stuff on my Facebook, and I hate that they do that. And I know it's a marketing ploy, a marketing deal that they have, or some algorithm that they have that pinpoints what you like to watch, what you like to see. I just don't care for it. Y'all need to calm the chaos. United will help. No, I'm not going to dedicate shows to speak about the young kid. And again, it's a lesson that they have not learned. And yeah, I agree with you 100%. I'm not going to feed into his madness, pobrecito. Facebook is a bigger stalker. Yeah, they are. I've ordered through Facebook, but I do check for legitimacy and reviews and length of page, etc. Yeah, because length matters. Right, Carlos?
Yeah, of course. That'll tell you how long they've been in business.
Oh, yeah. Poquito apretadita los tamales.
Tamales. That's right.
Carlos, what are your plans for the holidays, my man?
To stay safe, trying to stay away from coronavirus as much as I can, and just spend it with quality time with family. You just don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So that's the most important, I think, is just to be as close as possible to your loved ones.
I I plan to be here, guys, every day. So I will be taking a vacation in January. I will be going to Cuba. Este,
Nice.
so it's, I say that so that y'all know. During that week, I'm not sure exactly what I will be doing in regards to show because I do hear that internet out of Cuba is not the best. But I am going to try and purchase internet cards to be able to at least do the nightly show.
You're
You
gonna
know?
have Vito take over.
Huh?
Vito.
Oh yeah, Vito could again. No me va a dejar con 0 viewers el mendigo Vito. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I could reach out to Vito, see if Vito could take over. But no, I heard that in Cuba you buy these internet cards
Okay.
and you could use internet for like an hour a day or something like that. So I plan to do it again. I still don't know. My phone, I think AT&T is going to work in Cuba, so I might be able to live stream from my phone. So we'll see what happens, guys. We're going to find out, but if not, I'm going to purchase those little cards and try to the internet from Cuba, Chico. My sister was kind of concerned. She stated, "Well, maybe you shouldn't be letting people know that you're going to Cuba, guys." I don't care. I will always be transparent. I will always let you know what's going on. I'll be okay. I hope.
You'll be fine.
Maybe. Carlos is going to celebrate eating my mom's tamales.
That's right.
Yeesh. Any advice before going Christmas shopping? Stay safe. If you could do most of your shopping online, do it online. But if you're going to go out and about for Christmas shopping, please stop off at local small mom and pop shops.
Mm-hmm.
There's soaps out there. There's individuals selling a lot of like wreaths and stuff, guys. Shop from your neighbors.
Shop local first.
Yes.
Local first. You have
Shop
to.
local first. Avoid Walmarts, guys, and not to diss Walmart, not to diss Target, although it's Carlos' favorite store. Avoid the big chain stores. Hit the mom and pop shops. Some people are making these cocoa bombs. That's a beautiful gift, guys. A beautiful, beautiful gift. Buy cocoa bombs, and like Dr. Rita said, buy gift cards from locals, Brownsville locals. And support local business.
Yep, very important.
Cuba. Why would you go there? I've always had a passion about Cuba. There's 2 places in the world that I've always wanted to go to, and one of them was Cuba, and the other one is Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
The only 2 places I want to visit in the world: Cuba as a whole and Machu Picchu. And hopefully, at the end of this virus, I am going to plan a trip to Peru to go spend some time at Machu Picchu. Why? It's just the only thing that fascinates me. Cuba and Machu Picchu. Cuba, because I hear that you step back into time. And I like Cuban cigars. Have you ever had a Cuban cigar, Carlos?
Yes.
Let me tell you, folks, I don't smoke. And so if Dad is listening to this, Dad, I don't smoke at all. But let me tell you, those Cuban cigars, man. I've had Cuban cigars before. They are like heaven. I don't know. It's very soothing. It's got to be a Cuban cigar. They're amazing. So I plan to spend a couple of days on the beach in Cuba, smoking a Cuban cigar. And I'm not promoting smoking. I don't smoke, and I don't drink anymore. So but I will be out there smoking me a Cuban cigar. And you getting to see all those 1950 cars. Wow, just like the Brady's in Hawaii. I'm gonna find one of those. I remember that show that they found this like idol or something, the cursed idol. Do you remember that one, Carlos? Or no? You remember the Brady Bunch? Or no? You're too young.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I do remember the Brady Bunch. We grew up with that stuff.
Do you remember that Hawaii episode?
Yes.
Yeah. Carlos, sing "Remember Me."
Remember me. Though I have to say goodbye, remember me. Let me get it closer. Don't let it make you cry. For even I'm far away, hold you in my heart. I sing a secret to you. Each night we are apart.
You should
Remember me.
you should have asked me to go put on my coat. I lo tengo. I have it in my dressing room. I actually have a dressing room here at the studio, guys. Believe it or not. Farmers Market at Brownsville, lots of good stuff. Yes, again, good stuff. Buy local, support local. Oh my gosh, yes. Machu Picchu, Peru, bucket list. Yes. Lola, let's plan. Let's go together. Un café expreso cubano. I saw where you could actually, they have amazing coffee in Cuba, and you could buy it for 4 cents a cup. 4 cents a cup, no, hombre, voy a venir bien prendido. Nomás one stogie. Let me tell you, going to have me some Cuban cigars, and I know, my family's going to go, no debes de andar fumando. I don't smoke, family, but I am going to have me some Cuban cigars. Tell you right now. Will you go live from Cuba? Yes, that is my plan. To every night go live from Cuba. That is my plan, which would be like 10 o'clock over there, because I think that they are on Eastern time. So 10 o'clock for me over there, I'll be doing my 9 o'clock here, which would be kind of cool. And I hope to meet up with some people and have them on as well. I will be staying with friends over there in Cuba, some church family. So I will be staying with church family up there, because I had planned to stay at a hotel, but they say that the best thing to do is to stay with someone and give them the money for the hotel.
Yeah, especially because I need it.
Yeah, so that's the goal. What's up, my Michael man? Love you, Papa. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, Michael. Saludos a la familia. Carlos, anything other we need to talk about?
No, I think it's. I did hear that, and I'm not sure. I think you were mentioning about the vaccines and how people should, especially you should give the opportunity for the people frontline, either healthcare workers or the most individuals who are at highest risk to get it. I think one of our commissioners, went up in front of the line and was able to cut in line and receive that vaccine. And that's just very very sad to hear that. And I'm
Well,
not sure if she used her position as a.
did she do the trial? Did she do the trial?
No, not. I'm not talking about Jessica. Jessica volunteered for the trial. This is the actual vaccine that was given, and it's not Jessica. Jessica did the good thing, I think, by going out there and in essence, be a guinea pig for this. But now that the vaccines are coming out, there's only a very few amount that are coming to Brownsville,
Very few.
and I'll just say the initials Rose Gowan was able to jump in front of the line, and I'm not sure if she used that as the ability to cut in line, but I'm sure that she's going to come back and say, well, I'm a doctor, I should do it. But when you practice, in the frontline area, then yeah, maybe you should. But if you're a gynecologist practicing from the back of a computer, just like the fire chief does, then I don't believe that you should be able to jump in line and receive that vaccine that could go to a paramedic or a police officer or a nurse that is actually going to do the frontline work. So if that's the case, of course, it's a mention to me. If she did that, then that's very disappointing for not only for her using that position to be able to jump in front of the line and take away at least a piece of armor for our our healthcare workers or firefighters or police officers or our nurses, respiratory therapists and stuff like that. So if that's the case, I'm very disappointed in that.
Is she still practicing? I thought she.
I don't think so, but this is what someone called me and told me. I was very disappointed in hearing that. But if she's going to use the excuse, well, I'm a medical doctor. I understand that. That's great. I'm not taking that away from you, but you're not a practicing medical doctor right now.
Yeah.
So
If
you
she's
need to
not
do
if she's not practicing, then yes, shame on you. Let the individuals that are actually practicing.
Well,
And
if she's practicing from behind a computer. Just again, like I said, the
oh,
fire
that's-
chief does the same thing. So it's
oh,
not
yeah.
fair. It's not fair.
If you're practicing face to face, where you're coming into close contact with patients, then yeah, I mean, go get vaccinated. But if you are not, then yeah, you should not use your title, position, either or both, as
Mhm.
that take away a vaccine from someone that is actually seeing patients face to face, which is the case of a lot of our workers here at the hospital. So again, it'd be interesting to find out. I honestly, I don't know if she practiced. I wouldn't want her as my doctor, but then again, she's a gynecologist. But let me, and with all that said, let me tell you, my doctor, former doctor, was a gynecologist, was a woman doctor. But he did women and general medicine, so I felt comfortable going to my gynecologist.
You're crazy. So that was it. That was a news that I got this morning. But other than that, it's great to be alive.
It's great to be alive, guys. Last words, Carlos.
Hey, thanks again. I pray every day, every morning that we come up, we're healthy, and we got the people that we love right next to us. Because some individuals do not have that, right, or have lost that ability to wake up next to the person they love the most because of this coronavirus. So again, stay safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance as much as you can. Pray.
It's good to see you, Carlos, this morning. Guys, social distance, hand sanitizer, face coverings as much as possible. Stay safe. Try to get a UVC light if you can. I'm going to try to look into it. Be good to each other, guys, and please continue to be good to me. See you tonight at 9 p.m.